Summer's here and the time is right to go racing in the street. Welcome along to the Baku City Circuit for the 5th World Championship Grand Prix to take place at this 3.7-mile track. It is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, round 6 in this 2021 season, a season with a difference, because for the first time since the end of 2013, Red Bull lead both championships. 5 lights on ahead of the drivers. It's lights out and away we go, and Leclerc gets away well ahead of Hamilton and Verstappen, and then you got Sainz and Gasly scrapping away behind them, but it's Charles Leclerc with a clear lead going through turn 1. He's got the start, he's got the pole, and he's got away from Lewis Hamilton, and they're locking up. Sainz, Gasly ahead, Sergio Perez making up places as well. The two McLarens getting bogged down in the midfield, and the charge is on now down towards turn 3. Charles Leclerc leads the Azerbaijan Grand Prix from Hamilton, and then comes Verstappen and Sergio Perez ahead of Gasly, but only just. The two going through into turn 3, separated by inches and making it.
Absolutely rock solid by Leclerc. He was the best of reaction, got away. Hamilton very quick to protect, but Sergio Perez playing the team game. This is exactly what Red Bull need if they're going to take a challenge up front.
We're on board with the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll, started 19th. He's got Mick Schumacher too close for comfort there, and they make contact going into turn 1.
Yeah, it's just too wide. Schumacher had nowhere to go. You could see Stroll 4 abreast, and you could see just box himself on the curb. Luckily they didn't pick up any damage or any punctures.
Charles Leclerc leads over the line by just 0.3 of a second, so he's got clear, but he's not pulling away, as we see Esteban Ocon and Lando Norris going into turn 1 almost side by side. Ocon just staying ahead, and there's Daniel Ricciardo waiting in the wings, maybe late braking going into turn 2. Ricciardo gets ahead of his teammate. The two McLaren swap places, and Ricciardo's up to 12th. The Ferrari of Charles Leclerc has Lewis Hamilton right behind him, and Leclerc's been leading throughout this race, but not for long, because Hamilton's got the toe, he's got the slipstream, he doesn't need DRS, and he makes the pass to take the lead of this race. Leclerc's going to try and fight him back going into turn 1, but it's Hamilton now ahead of Leclerc with Verstappen in 3rd. Let's see what happened with Charles Leclerc going into turn 15. That's Max Verstappen on the inside, so I wonder, is there a bit of debris on the track? That might be a fallen branch or something that's on the track.
I just wonder, is that damaged Verstappen's front wing, because he was the victim of it. Hamilton also went through it, but you could see it spooked him. Retirement.
It is. Ted, down to you.
Yeah, the gearbox and the engine sounds like a bag of rusty nails. That sounds not good, and it's retirement. What a shocking opening lap for Esteban Ocon. He's out.
I lost power, I lost power.
Oh, you can see it's a puff of smoke there. That's a bit deeper, isn't it?
Charles Leclerc under massive pressure from Max Verstappen. He's had to wait a few laps to get past the Ferrari. It's happened now at the beginning of lap 7. Hamilton leads. Verstappen is now 2nd and chasing after the Mercedes. Leclerc down to 3rd.
Look at Sergio Perez, straight there for protection. This is exactly what Red Bull need, isn't it? Up to 3rd place. What a drive so far.
In the space of a single lap, Charles Leclerc is now out of the podium places.
What's happened in Sector 2? We've got a yellow flag.
Yeah, so that will attract the attention of the strategy engineers on the pit wall, and it is a Ferrari of Carlos Sainz who's gone off into the runoff area and is now reversing back onto the track, and this is down at turn 8. We've not seen drivers have problems here, but on the hard tyre, he locks up and has to bail out.
Sorry guys.
Hamilton comes in, Verstappen and Perez stay out. Hamilton, it's a slow stop again, but he had to wait for the other car that was coming down the pit lane, and it might have been Pierre Gasly, it was, in the AlphaTauri that was making his way into the pits.
Box and pick confirm, Max. Box and pick confirm.
Don't forget, these tyres on Max Verstappen's car were 3 laps younger than Lewis Hamilton's starting tyres as well. Ted, down to you.
Yeah, I can see it just a couple of garages down. Let's have a look. Yeah, going well so far. No, that's not bad. That's very solid, isn't it, Crofty? That's not the 1.8 I've seen, but what was it, about the 2-second mark? Very, very solid. White tyres on, hard
I tell you what, Ted, your eyes are deceiving you. 1.9 seconds. I can't believe you didn't spot the extra 10th.
I didn't.
Max Verstappen is away, and he is going to be ahead of Lewis Hamilton. That's the crucial thing here. Hamilton's slow stop has cost him track position after the pit stop to Max Verstappen. Sergio Perez is approaching the moment where he could come into the pits, and he's staying to the left-hand side, and he is, I think, coming into the pits. He is definitely coming into the pits. So where's Max Verstappen? Going through turn 17 at the moment. Brakes on, and the pit lane limiter on then for Sergio Perez, as Verstappen now making his way down the main straights. The tyres are put on, hard compound tyre. For Sergio Perez, there was a problem at the rear. 4.3 second stop for Perez. That's undone all his good work, as you see Max Verstappen going into turn 1. Where's Hamilton now? Coming through turn 1. Sergio Perez comes out in second place, still ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen is ahead. Sergio Perez behind his teammate. Hamilton behind now, both Red Bulls.
Okay, still happy with everything at this stage from our end. Just stay focused, especially that gust of tailwind into turn 4.
The wind is gusting around, but Verstappen in a position that he has become rather accustomed to in 2021. He's experiencing life at the front, and he's rather enjoying life at the front at the moment.
Lots of power, lots of power. Okay, it's back now, Pierre, it's back now. We are nothing an issue.
Oh no, whilst we look at Pierre Gasly, he's feeling a loss of power. Oh no, and that is an accident, and it is Lance Stroll. And as I said, here in Baku, you are only a few centimetres away from a big accident, and Lance Stroll, who might well have been coming into the pits, the only driver who hadn't pitted in this race so far, has left a huge amount of debris on the track. A safety car, you would imagine, is inevitable at this stage. Let's have a look and see what happened to Lance Stroll. And yeah, absolutely no chance of avoiding the accidents. I said potentially coming into the pits. Oh, that's an impact, isn't it?
Of course, what we don't know, if it was debris, whether it was a puncture.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, red flag, red flag.
Copy that.
Just get me out of this place on the track. Got a puncture.
Copy that. Copy that.
So Lance very shaken up by that. Left rear, I'm being told, was the tyre.
You can see it slightly gives up, and as he lifts and the downforce bleeds off the car, round it goes, and that's purely just because of the way the physics of the car works and the downforce. Well, it still had the load, but as soon as it got a bit yaw on it, round it goes. But oh, Pierre Gasly was close there, wasn't he?
Wasn't he just? Right, we're coming up to the line now. Max Verstappen's got to go straight in a minute and stop the weaving around. Sergio Perez is helping him out. It's formation dancing almost by the two Red Bulls, but we are going to get racing here in Baku, and now Verstappen's gone, and Lewis Hamilton has got a really nice tow behind Sergio Perez. Pierre Gasly locks up. Charles Leclerc could get interested here. Sebastian Vettel down the inside of Charles Leclerc, gets past the Ferrari. Sergio Perez is under pressure from Lewis Hamilton. There's a huge lock by Charles Leclerc. He almost goes into the back of Sebastian Vettel. Somehow the Aston Martin doesn't make contact. Now Sebastian Vettel's looking to have a go at Pierre Gasly as well, as Hamilton is trying to make a move on Sergio Perez. Perez goes through second. Gasly goes ahead, stays ahead I should say, of Sebastian Vettel. High drama at the restart there, and Charles Leclerc very nearly coming a cropper.
Sebastian Vettel getting a nice one off Pierre Gasly. He's going to get it done.
He's got the tow, he's got the fresher tyres, he's got the pace. Sebastian Vettel's got 4th place here in Baku. He loves this track, started in the top 4 in every season that he's come to Baku before. He's finished 3rd, he's finished 4th, he's finished 4th, he's finished 2nd, and guess what? In 2021, he's 4th again. It can go right down to the checkered flag, and look at, and that's Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen on the main straight, leading this race, now out of this race. Sergio Perez leads from Lewis Hamilton. Sebastian Vettel up into the podium places. We saw Valtteri Bottas back in 2018 lose the Azerbaijan Grand Prix with a tyre failure just a few laps from the end. History's repeated itself in 2021, and this year it's Verstappen. And we think it's the left rear tyre again. Verstappen had this race in his hands. His tyre failed. He is out of the race. Thankfully, out of the cockpit as well. That is heartbreak for Max Verstappen.
We are still racing.
That's a joke, that's a joke.
safety car out straight away. What are they waiting?
Safety car officially deployed. Max Verstappen checks to see if the coast is clear and then runs across the track. And let's have a look, Paul, at what has happened here.
Yeah, I'm just going to listen to see what happens.
Pirelli have gone one step softer with the tyre compounds for this year's race. Have they gone too soft, or is it just construction?
They've changed you can see, look at the tyre, you can see it's already failed. But they've changed the construction for this year, Crofty. They're a lot heavier.
I'll spare a thought for Max Verstappen, who hasn't put a foot wrong today and out of this race.
That could be championship deciding.
Well, in such a close battle, reliability, consistency, always a factor. I mean, it has to be said, the best thing is that we are watching Max Verstappen climb out of the cockpit and walking away from that accident.
Michael, I know you're busy. We got zero warning of that failure. Nothing on a metric, not a vibration.
Yeah, okay,
Nothing.
Jonathan,
So,
let me try and get this and then we'll have a look.
our point
Thanks.
is, consider a red flag and the opportunity for everyone to change tyres.
Yep, thanks, Jonathan.
So that is a radio message in the immediate aftermath of Max Verstappen's crash. Jonathan Wheatley is the sporting director at Red Bull, sits on the pit wall to the left-hand side, talking to Michael Massey.
I think absolutely right, and that was very well done by Red Bull to say that. And I think given the position they were in, they could have easily said finish under the safety car, but they're racers, and you have to do it when there's no warning for anything like that.
It will be a standing start restart. Perez on pole, Hamilton alongside him on the front row. Perez gets away well, Hamilton will wheel spin. Sebastian Vettel is coming at them as well. Perez tries to cut off Hamilton, who locks up and goes straight on. Perez leads from Sebastian Vettel, and then comes Pierre Gasly and Charles Leclerc, and Hamilton has gone from second in the race to falling out of the points as they tiptoe their way around turn 2. We lost the championship leader with a crash. We lost his main rival with a lockup at the restart. This has not been a good day for the top 2 in the championship. Perez then leads the race. Lando Norris makes a move on Yuki Tsunoda going round 2-3. Norris is up to 5th. Perez, Vettel, Gasly the top 3.
Hamilton said this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. The brakes were absolutely smoking on fire as it came to the grid. I wonder if the imbalance from the surface temp just wasn't there when he hit the brakes there, Crofty.
And George Russell into the pit lane as well, as we saw him limping out. On the track, Fernando Alonso trying to hold off Yuki Tsunoda, who locks up but manages to stay on the track ahead of Carlos Sainz. Alonso's made a brilliant restart, up into 6th place, and just ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo, and Kimi Raikkonen, who's into the top 10, because of course Lewis Hamilton, who was on the front row, out of this race. Perez, though, getting the restart done well.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, don't sweat it, Lewis, don't sweat it.
He's admitted to the mistake. He could have pounced on Verstappen, but that's equals for the championship. Good if you're playing for the long run, but Sergio Perez, what a job he's done today, Crofty. He made a mistake at the start, but he got the cutback right and put Hamilton under pressure and pushed him to brake late.
Under pressure now, Pierre Gasly's got Charles Leclerc right behind him. Looks like Charles Leclerc is ahead of Pierre Gasly. Leclerc goes back up into the podium places. He started on pole, he may yet finish on the podium. Gasly's going to come back at him again though. The AlphaTauri goes a bit deep and gets past Charles Leclerc. Out in front, Perez from Vettel. This scrap's still going on. Gasly's still ahead of the Ferrari. Behind them, Lando Norris waiting to pick up the scraps here. But Lewis Hamilton, 54 points scoring finishes in a row, and he fails to score points today as down the inside goes Gasly. Stays ahead of Leclerc for one brief moment. Lando Norris thought he had a chance. Gasly cuts him off aggressively going through turn 4, but Norris is still coming back at the Ferrari. It's a top 3 that you might not have expected to fill the podium places, but there are going to be smiles from them here in Baku. Sergio Perez moved teams over the winter, went to Red Bull in his 6th race for his new team. Sergio Perez wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel moved teams. He picks up his first podium for Aston Martin and their first podium in Formula 1. Pierre Gasly's back on the podium too for AlphaTauri. Tauri as he comes home third. It is celebrations and a case of what if, all in one moment for Red Bull. Max Verstappen crashes out, Sergio Perez goes on to win, Charles Leclerc for Ferrari finishes fourth.
Well done, Sergio! Well done. Thank you for finishing that off for us. Great job.
This is for you guys.
Stop the car, stop the car,
Fantastic job.
Checo. Stop the car, stop at the exit.
How close was Sergio Perez to not finishing this race?
Well, they needed a bit of luck, didn't they, at some point today, Red Bull, after that tyre failure. But what a happy podium.
Thank you guys. Thank you, and I'm very sorry for Max. But
Yeah, no, well done you.
At the end.
Enjoy your moment up there with Pierre. Good to see you up there. Proud of you.
That was epic, Checo, that was epic.
Yes, mate, well done.
Yes. Great job. Hey. That's a podium, man. That's a wrap. Thank you. Car was amazing today. Woohoo!
Did I have a magic on?
Yeah, bud, yeah, just knock that off.
I could have sworn I turned it off.
Yeah, you did, but knocked it on with the upshift.
Yeah, I'm so happy for today. You know, the race, normally Baku is pretty crazy. First of all, I have to say I'm very sorry for Max because he did a tremendous race and he really deserved the win. It would have been incredible, you know, to get that 1-2 for the team. But at the end, you know, it is a fantastic day for us. We were close to retire the car, but luckily we managed to finish the race. And it was quite difficult all the way till the end.
What an Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Perez picks up the points. Verstappen and Hamilton, the championship contenders, both failed to finish. It's Baku to the drawing board for them. It's celebrations for Perez tonight.